The new book, Ticked, tells the story of a true medical miracle, how two people with Tourette Syndrome changed each other's lives. We've got Jim Fizzell. He's a longtime feature writer for the Kansas City Star, along with Jeff Madovic. They wrote Ticked, so welcome to the show, gentlemen. This is an interesting story, how the two of you found each other. How did the two of you find each other to go through this book?
Well, it was purely by coincidence. I had appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and when Oprah came to Kansas City, about a short time later, Jim covered her Let's Get It On health fitness activities, and he wanted to thank her for a show that she had previously done on Tourette Syndrome for more information, and it helped the public. And he said, or Oprah asked Jim, "Have you seen the show, The Medical Miracles that we did, and the show with Jeff Madovic?" And he said, "No, I missed that one." And she shouts, "Go get Jim Fizzell a tape of Jeff Madovic." So he gets the tape in the mail, and
the tape was amazing. I took it home and I watched it. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, and it gave me wonderful hope and inspiration because it showed Jeff's incredible transformation from a person who ticked worse than I do right now. And I will shake my head and blink my eyes because of my syndrome. But it showed Jeff going from someone who was tortured with these tics to, after having the deep brain stimulation, he was, these tics were completely cured. And this inspired me so much. And then I flew to Cleveland. I knew I had to meet the man that Oprah called the Miracle Man, and we've become best friends and done this book.
So Oprah brought you two together. That's awesome. So when did you guys decide to write this book?
2004, late 2004.
Right after I flew to Cleveland, we talked in a hotel, and I didn't know whether I'd talk to him for 30 minutes or 45 minutes.
We
ended
were
up talking,
complete strangers at that point.
We ended up talking 4 or 5 hours, and we hit it off. We became best friends. We finished each other's sentences, and this is the result here. We've written this book to educate, to inspire, and to just tell people the amazing story of...
And one thing I was going to add is the book is page by page. It's not just for a Tourette's audience. It's not for someone who knows of someone who has a disability. This is a book that is... Someone will find themselves on multiple pages in this book. It comes from the dynamic of love, laughter. You'll cry. You'll go to dark places. You'll be in the brightest of days. Eventually, to come around and think back to yourself, you know what? There was something in me in there too. So that's the goal too.
It is important to note this isn't a medical book. This is a book for anybody. I'm a feature writer at the Kansas City Star, and we just tell a story in here. This is for anybody. You don't have to know or care about Tourette's. You will learn something about Tourette's, but you know, with no false modesty, this is the best work I've ever done. It's a fun story. It's a real story, and I think people will just have a great time reading it.
Yeah, we really put our heart and souls into this for 9 years. It took us. We're both fathers. You know, we have busy lives, but this
it was a labor of love.
A labor of love, and it's a message of hope. It's a message of encouragement, and we're just hoping to reach that out. And we certainly appreciate your help too.
I love that you guys were inspirations to each other. So Jim and Jeff are going to be at the Ticked book signing this Saturday from 2 until 5 at the Barnes & Noble out at Oak Park Mall. And they're also going to have an official book launch May 7th at the Unity Temple on the Plaza. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in today. That's awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, next up, we are going to